Hello there, folks. How you doing? This is Douglas Ford. And listen, I know you probably responded or had a comment in regards to my initial video where I was just doing an introduction, if you would, in terms of this funding project that leverages what we call Web3 or blockchain technology that's really universally is disrupting a lot of the traditional ways of funding. And the reason being is because it's analyzing and using cooperative crowdfunding technology by this company called Co-op Crowd. Okay. Now, I'm not going to get so deep in the weeds in a presentation, but I really want you to see just how, really how literal and how powerful this is for not just a means of one or a few receiving and achieving their funding goal, but each and every one of us, okay, no matter if it's a nonprofit, no matter if it's a charity, no matter if it's a, someone doing a GoFundMe, a Kickstarter campaign, just any means of people wanting to receive money or even raising funding. Now, I realize I'm not a JJ Watt, and I also realize I'm not your favorite celebrity, but it doesn't take away the universal technology that Web3 and blockchain technology is allowing for us to achieve in this space. So whether if I was JJ Watt, whether if I was Ashton Kutcher, okay, the thing I want us to understand, when there is a mechanism or technology that in essence gets the world to come together, okay, it is already proven that anytime and every time when we come together, there's nothing that cannot be achieved. So then what's been that reason that's kept us basically sort of every man for himself? And that's the traditional means of funding. And that is why 85% of people are not achieving their funding goals. So as I'm moving forward, I'm going to go to my board here, but I definitely want us to have this in the back of our minds, or at the forefront of our minds, I should say, is really the results that took place here, okay? This was a strategy that was used by a celebrity leveraging his platform and his celebrity status and the understanding that many people love and trust celebrities, okay? And it basically galvanizes a lot of people to be involved. Now, even though this was out of tragedy, that gained mega media attention by those elements being in place, it drew in over 400,000 people to be able to donate and give to this cause. But the principle is the 400,000 people coming together, okay? Then we have another, what hit close to home for me was the JJ Watt. See, raising over $41 million. There again, it was out of strong tragedy that gained a lot of media attention, and it brought together over 300,000 people, okay, to be able to donate and participate in this one effort. But the only thing I'll say is this effort was only one time. But the point is, it's bringing us together, and when we come together, these are the types of things that we are able to do as we're coming together, okay? Now, what Co-op Crowd has done, let me show you this here real quick. I'm gonna go to my board. What Co-op Crowd has done is instead of entities, okay, being on their own island, so to speak, okay? So I want you to see the difference here. Instead of entities being on their own islands, it doesn't matter if this is a charity, okay? It doesn't matter if this is a nonprofit. It doesn't matter if somebody's doing a GoFundMe, or even if it's a church, okay? These are just examples of entities that are typically looking for funding to be raised. The thing about it is, let's say if this is a nonprofit, okay? If this nonprofit receives 5,000, only this nonprofit is benefiting. None of these other entities will be benefiting off this 5,000, correct? Yes. And so hence is the reason only one or a few will receive their goal, but does that mean everybody else's needs for funding is insignificant? See, everybody won't have access to worldwide media attention that has big, strong tragedy, okay, that the world gonna know about. And, you know, having a celebrity to be able to come to, come to the fact of speaking on our behalf. A lot of us won't have that. So this is why Co-op Crowd has been so ingenious, because let me show you what happens. So we can take that same 5,000, okay? Right? That same 5,000. Instead of that 5,000 going to the one nonprofit, let's say this nonprofit was here, right? And let's say there was a church here, okay? And let's say this was a charity, okay? And let's say this was some sort of GoFundMe, okay? So we have GoFundMe. So what happens here is every time there's a donation, I'm just using 5,000 as an example, okay? That 5,000 just won't be going to the nonprofit. It actually gets broken up, and this nonprofit receives, the church receives from this 5,000, the charity receives from this 5,000, and the GoFundMe receives from this 5,000, okay? And so the only thing that's required for people to do is a one-time participation, and every time there's a participation done, it's gonna be broken up, and it's gonna be 10 causes that receive each and every time, okay, a contribution is made. And so what are you seeing, folks? So again, the nonprofit is gonna receive, the church is gonna receive, the charity is gonna receive, the GoFundMe is gonna receive, okay? And as that strategic duplication, as that execution continues to happen, and as this community continues to grow over here, it's not every man for himself over here. Because let's take GoFundMe for an example. I want you to see this, because I just don't want you to say this is something being made up by Douglas Ford. So I'm going to share my screen once again. Okay. And I'm going to head over to this website called crowdfunding.com. Okay. You can go over this website too. Comparing the top online fundraising and crowdfunding platforms. Y'all see that, right? I want you to see this here. So crowdfunding raised over $9 billion. Y'all see that? That's it's 9 billion with a B. But 50 million people, okay, have already done a GoFundMe. Now, here's it is. Crowdfunding, the platform itself, has raised over 9 billion, and 50 million have done a GoFundMe. Now, the question I would ask, does everybody that does a GoFundMe, okay, have they hit their goals? No, they haven't. Indiegogo the same way. Kickstarter the same way. Okay? And the reason that is, ladies and gentlemen, is because in the traditional means of funding, not many people know a lot of people, okay, first off, and then not many people know a lot of people that have money to give to their causes, okay? Thirdly, most people have their own causes and their own reasons for their funding, and so it's going to be more of a priority for their reasons over someone else's, correct? So that generates and causes a prejudice and a biasness, if you would. Okay? And like I said, many people don't have access to a J.J. Watt, to an Ashton Kutcher, to a celebrity, or things of that nature. And then what happens is people then have to turn themselves into marketing gurus. That's the key. People have to go to YouTube. People have to go to many different seminars. People have to hire different marketing agencies and things of that nature. What Co-op Crowd is doing, guys, is doing the same thing, using the same strategy that J.J. Watt used, the same strategy that the celebrities use when they speak on a cause, because they know through the trust, okay, and the celebrity status that celebrities bring, okay, when they do something. That's why many times celebrities get sponsored with millions of dollars, because the businesses or whatever the organization is, it knows it's going to galvanize a lot of people, correct? So what Co-op Crowd is doing, let me show you, share this with you, so you can see how this is broken down. So everybody's going to do a one-time contribution. Okay. I'm not going to give the details of that. That's why I want you to go to the video, but I just want you to just look at this just from, bird's eye view and see which is a better situation. Over here is the traditional ways of funding, the traditional ways of people doing fundraisers and things of that nature. Whether if it's a GoFundMe, whether if it's a church, whether if it's a foundation, whether if it's a charity like Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts or breast cancer awareness, it doesn't matter. It's all over here. 85% of people looking to raise funds don't hit their goals. Over here, watch this. So for an example, let's say this was you. You're gonna do a one-time contribution, okay? And what's gonna happen, you're gonna set up 3 others, right, to participate, that you're gonna give a $25 donation to. Okay? So yes, you are gonna give a $25 donation to 3 causes. Now, watch what happens. When you give that $25 to the 3 causes, guess what? Money is going to instantly come back to you in the amount of $26. Instantly. And not only are you going to receive from this, but 9 other causes. I'm just not drawing that out. But not only will you receive from your own giving, but 9 other causes are going to receive. Now, remember I said, you're not required to do any more contribution, but watch the power of this. So when I draw a line here, that simply means that that person or those people are not required to do nothing else out of pocket ever again. And what's going to happen is this is just going to duplicate. So these 3 individuals are just going to do the exact same thing you did. So those that you give a $25 donation to, it just needs to be 3 that are just going to do the same thing once. Just like you only did it once too. So you're just going to have 3 individuals that just going to do the same thing. What is that same thing? Give a $25 donation to 3 causes that they choose, okay? Or 3 others. Again, it could be somebody with a charity. It could be a nonprofit. It could be a GoFundMe. It could be a church. It doesn't matter, okay? But all you have to do is 3. What's going to happen? They only do that how many times? Once. What's going to happen? The same thing that happened for you. They're going to receive 26. But guess what? Remember what I said. That contribution is going to be broken up, and 10 other causes are going to receive. Well, 9 others, but you included every time. So they were at 26, or you were at 26. So if you're going to receive more because of the way it's broken up, that means you're going to go from 26 to 38. Remember, you didn't do anything else. Do you see the power right there? So let's jump forward. So I just want you to see this is going to happen by default. There again, these people here are going to do what? Just open up 3 accounts. How many times they're going to do it? 1 time. No one's ever required to do it no more, okay? So what's going to happen here? 26. What's going to happen here? 38. What's going to happen to you? You're going to go up as well. 87. Ladies and gentlemen, this could take place throughout the day. This could take place every 24 hours. This could take place every 3 days. It doesn't matter. All anybody's ever doing is a one-time participation. But what are you seeing here? What are you seeing? Are you seeing this is having us come together as opposed to every man being on his own island? Are you seeing? I need you to really get the power in that. So now we don't need a J.J. Watt necessarily. But if J.J. Watt was to come over here, I want you to understand, when J.J. Watt or a person like Ashton Kutcher, if they would have brought their campaign over here, that $41 million that you saw, it just wouldn't be going to one person's effort. Ladies and gentlemen, I really hope you heard what I just said. That $41 million would not just be coming to just the Harvey effort. Harvey would still be receiving it. Because why? They had J.J. Watt to speak for it. But the only thing, J.J. Watt did this in a company called Fundly. Okay? Fundly, okay? But Fundly is just like a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter or Indiegogo. That was a bad eye, right? And so in these platforms, ladies and gentlemen, it's every man for himself. The reason why Co-op Crowd is having so much success because of the Web 3.0 technology and how it's structured, whereas one donation, $25, just doesn't go to one person's campaign or cause. That $25 goes to this person's cause, this person's cause, this person's, and that person's. Every single time. So let me skip ahead. So let's skip ahead because this is going to happen by default. Let me say it again. It's going to happen by default. So let's jump ahead and you being at 4,183, okay? Because that's a part of the default process as the duplication moves forward, as more entities are coming involved. Remember, I keep reiterating, how many times do people are required to do this execution? One single time ever. What is going to happen every time the execution is done? It's going to have 30 other causes receiving every single time, okay? So we're at 4,183. So what those people are going to do, they're going to do the exact same thing, okay? They're going to be at 4,183. Okay? When they're at 4,183, simultaneously, it's moving you up to where you're at 10,000. Forget the numbers. Let me get the chart here real quick. Let me get the chart. Here we go. Okay. You're at 10,744. Remember, folks, you didn't do anything else. This is going to continue to duplicate because everybody's receiving money by default. Okay. And so here also, you notice it. It's not just you that are receiving. It's those, whether it's a nonprofit, church, charity, or whatever, they're also receiving. See, you were at once at 4,183. But as this continues to go, okay, these people here are going to do the exact same thing. How many accounts are they going to open? Just 3. How many times are they going to be required to do it? Just once, ever. So then what's going to happen with them? They're at 4,183. Then it moves these guys to 10,000. I just do 10K just for the sake of space. But here you're moving, watch this. It's moving you up to 42,729. Folks, I mean, just with looking at, just using your intelligence, just using your sound mind, okay? Divorcing yourself from any trepidation of the past where 85% of people over here are not hitting their funding goals, do you see how this is having everyone being able to receive? And so, yes, we have organizations already receiving over 120,000, many well over that, because they understand the power in us coming together. It's just none of these mechanisms over here can allow us to come together and not require many people to be able to have many things already working for them, like a big network or a big fear of influence, without spending a whole bunch of money into marketing campaigns, doing marketing ads, spending countless times watching 50 to 60 YouTube videos on how to properly set up a campaign, how to make sure you got the right title, you know, all these different twerks and strategies that many people don't have the time to do. And henceforth, again, 85% of people are not hitting their funding goals. So it's really a matter of choice. If you still want to keep, you know, doing this and getting nowhere, or are we coming together, okay? And everyone is only required to do how many one time? 3. Just 3. Just 3. Just 3. Just 3. And the automation of the Web 3.0 technology that's already embedded and coded in the system is going to work this way every single time. Everybody's going to receive their own donor key. Okay? And the second that you open up 3 accounts and you're donating $25 to just the 3 that you open, you're going to immediately receive, as I mentioned. And as this duplicates forward, okay, you're going to continue to receive more. Everyone is at the same time. Everyone's going to continue to receive more. Now, we're all going to be at different amounts because we all start at different times. You may start today. Another, when you open up your 3 accounts, those people here, may take 24 hours to do it. Some others may take 2 days to do it. Doesn't matter, okay, because it's not limited to time or space. I mean, you can have literally, 10, 12, 30 people participate in a day. And guess what? You're going to see everybody's money move up. So that's my time, guys. I just wanted to clear that up. Again, if you want to get the presentation, the overview, okay, if you need to see it, you can just DM me, or you can go to this website right here. You can literally go to coopcrowd.com. Okay. Go to coopcrowd.com. Aren't you glad you got somebody who's transparent, that's showing? Again, for you guys that haven't been to my Facebook page, go check that out. My computer's a little slow here because I'm maybe on Zoom. Okay. You can literally come here. This is the website here. If you scroll down, there's this 1-minute video. Okay. I want you to watch that. I'm not going to play it here because I want you to actually go to the website and play it and watch that video. And then, of course, if you have questions, definitely contact me, instant message me, and we can chat, answer any questions that you may have. Okay, well, this is Douglas Ford out of Houston, Texas. Appreciate you watching this video. And like I said, we just want to see you at the top. We'll look forward to getting each and every one of you the funding goals that you desire. Okay, take care. God bless. Look forward to talking with you soon.